That's the easiest way to deal with a temptation. But when you really want to be saved in God's kingdom, when you really want to do the right thing, when you really want to be the right person, and when you find yourself between a rock and a hard place, how do you get away? But God has to help you. If God isn't helping you and helping me, man, we will be in so much mess. So he gives us, he strengthens our ability to make these moral judgments. I'm talking moral strength, moral strength. You see, 1 John chapter 4 and verse 4 teaches us that when he comes and he joins with us in this way, 1 John 4 says we get so strong, man, so strong because of his presence. The text says, greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. So we can now live in a world that is so messed up. And we can survive as Christians. Not because we've been so good, but because we are waiting on him. Understand the word in the context of the text today. We are waiting on him. Not only inward strength, but we also get upward strength, what I call upward strength. What the text says, they shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. Friends of mine, there are many ups and downs in this life. Many ups and downs. And it's nice when we are riding the crest of the wave. But it's when we are down in the valley. When we are down in the valley. When we caught somewhere down low in the valley. Oh, I like that psalm that says that when we are walking through the valley, he is there with us. He said, when you walk through the valley, I will be with you. What a beautiful promise. God knows that we are going to face times in our lives when we are going to be down there in the valley. God will give you victory over the downs, the low times of our lives when we are down there, because we are waiting on him. We would learn how to rise up. John 15 and verse 19, if ye were of the world would love his own. But because you are not of the world, I have chosen you out of the world. Therefore the world hateth you. The world does not like us. And Colossians chapter 3 and verse 2 admonishes us to set our affections not on the world, but on things above. Another version puts it this way: think about the things of heaven, not on the things of the earth. For he died for this life, and your real life is hidden with Christ. Keep our affections on the things above. I'm talking about upward strength. How do you do this? All by yourself. It's hard. But when you wait on the Lord, when you wait on the Lord, he will renew your strength. He will give you upward strength. And that upward strength is a gift from God, and unfortunately sometimes we don't seek it enough. But God has promised to strengthen us. Strengthen us. So I'm talking about inward strength, I'm talking about upward strength, but I also want to talk about outward strength. For the text says, they shall run and not be weary. They shall run and not be weary. God expects us to look after ourselves, but he also expects us to look after those around us. Look after those around us. Sometimes we as Christians want to sit, not get involved in the work of the Lord, and yet there are those who are involved in the work and running for the Lord, but you get weary. I'm saying this morning in the context of the text that when we wait on the Lord, he will give us the strength that we need to keep on running, keep on running, keep on doing, keep on helping. Even people who don't appreciate what you're trying to do for them. They may even spit in your face, but you keep on helping. You don't get discouraged. You don't get weary. You don't get discouraged. You know how easy it is to get discouraged in this work? You're trying to do your very best, and they're not appreciating it. Instead, they'll call you names. They'll try to do you dirt. And you as a Christian, what do? Do you back away and say, I'm done with this? I've seen a lot of that in my lifetime. But in the Christian life, you got to keep on loving. You got to keep on giving. You have to keep on sharing. Where do you think you find the wherewithal to do it? We wait on the Lord, and he renews our strength. And we get up again, and we keep going again, and we get up again, and we keep going again. I don't know if you know this, but one of the most difficult assignments there is that of being a pastor. You know that? I'll tell you, my friends, you try your best to help folk. They don't appreciate it. And then you have to find the strength to get up and come back with a smile on your face. Where do you find that strength? We would run and never get weary. Never get weary. Galatians chapter 6 and verse 9 counsels us, let us not be weary in well-doing. For in due season, you see, you may not see the reward here and now, but in due season, we shall reap. If we faint not. So you see, we can give up. But no. We can choose to wait on the Lord, hang in there, keep on doing, keep on giving. I refer to that as outward strength. So inward strength, upward strength, outward strength. I got one more I call onward strength. God will strengthen us to stay in for the long haul. You'll get staying power. You'll get staying power. God will give us strength for the long haul. In other words, he will give us the strength to serve him all the days of our lives. He will give us the strength to stay in there. Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 11 teaches us that this race is not to the swift. The battle is not to the strong. And Matthew 24 and verse 13 says, he that endures unto the end, the same shall be saved. You got to stay in there. But where do you find the strength to stay in there? You know as well as I do, this Christian life is not all that it is cranked up to be. My mother had a little song she used to sing at the house growing up. She used to sing, "It's not an easy road." You know that song? "We are traveling to heaven." And then when she gets to the chorus, she will swell her voice. "No, no, it's not an easy road." Huh? But if we are not careful, we'll fall by the wayside. You can get discouraged easily. You come into church and somebody is going to look at you with a dirty look. What do? Do you come back next week? With a smile. But where do you find that kind of gumption to walk back in and look at that sister that gave you the dirty look last week and say to her, "Jesus loves you and so do I"? Where do you find that kind of gumption to do that? But when we wait, He strengthens us. Strengthens us. So we can have the faith believing that if we endure to the end, we will be saved. 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 16. I got to close, but 2 Corinthians chapter 4 and verse 16. "Oh, we do not lose heart. Though our outer self is washing away, our inner self is being renewed day by day. For this light momentary affliction is preparing us an eternal weight of glory being beyond all comparison. So we look not for the things that are seen, but for the things that are unseen. For the things that are seen are transient, but the things that are unseen are eternal. Are eternal. A grandfather was taking a nature walk with his 6-year-old grandson. Child was running ahead, the story says. He came to a river, a little creek. Afraid that he was going to fall in, his grandfather said, "Child, wait for me, and I'll get you across." The child tried to ignore his grandfather, stepped in a little bit. He felt the tug of the current. He had enough sense to step back. Granddad came up, lifted him onto his shoulders, carefully, step by step, carried him across to the other side. Little lad was appreciative. He turned and looked at his grandpa and he said, "Grandpa, if I hadn't waited on you, I would never have made it across." A little bit of wisdom there. If I had never waited on you, I would have never made it across. How true. How true of us today. I challenge you this morning to wait on God. He'll get us across. He'll get you across the obstacles of life that you face day by day. He'll get you across. And as you try your very best to make it to heaven, wait on Him. He'll get you across. He'll get you across. They that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength.